Good day, I am Michelle J. De Los Santos, the first reporter of our group. First, we will define the new technology-based firm. High-technology businesses are those engaged in securing growth and revenue from industry sectors characterized by new and rapidly changing technology. In fact, advanced technology has come to be utilized in so many different industries that members of the business community now often regard it as its own unique industry subset, with applications across the spectrum of the world of commerce. Today, high-tech businesses are involved in industries as diverse as food exporting, retail product design, oil extraction, and a host of others. The second one is the strategic approaches of HTSF and market competition. Although the popular media throughout the world understandably concentrate on the spectacular success with stories regarding HTSF, example, the Microsoft and the Google, any area of concentrated high technology production, which often takes the form of a cluster as typified by Silicon Valley, contains a number of different types of HTSF in terms of the strategic manner in which they serve the needs of the local high technology agglomeration in the world beyond the local area. And to discuss the first strategic approach, may I call Jeremy Manlincon?
My name is Jeremy Manlincon. So we will talk about the first strategic approach, which is the subcontracting. What is subcontracting? Subcontracting refers to a type of contractual arrangement among firms under which an enterprise gets components of a product or service made or done by other enterprise on contract basis. Basically, subcontracting is a process of assigning or outsourcing part of the obligation and task under a contract to another party known as subcontractor to provide its services under contract of service who works in a specialized area. Example of this is a contractor in the construction industry may hire an electrician to perform electrical wiring services as a part of their building job, or a web designer may subcontract programming tasks to a developer. Another example for the Apple Incorporation, which has an iPhone assembly plant in the India owned by one of its major subcontractor, Taiwan-based Winstron Corporation. So the difference between contracting and subcontracting is contingent on the sequential order of contractual chain, and thus depends mainly on the logical status of contract signing parties with whom the contract is being made, and not on the merit or share or volume of the performed portion of the job by the parties. So here is an explanation for that. An owner of a job or project can be nomenclatured here as the master of the job or project, who is the sole possessor or proprietor of it, and is the top decision maker pertaining to the concern. Thus, the paymaster for its implementation may be a person or a group, or an organization or government itself. The owner can perform the job by himself, or may get the job done by rendering contract to some person or organization. Then, it is first contract in the contractual chain for the particular job or project. Such case is termed as contracting. Thus, when an owner of a job or project renders contract to someone to perform the entire or a specific task of its kind, it is called contract or main contract, and the person contracted is termed as a contractor or main contractor. In the contractual chain, when the contractor or main contractor for his convenience render entire or specific part of a job which has been contracted from the owner to the other party, then it is the second contract in the contractual series, and it is called as subcontracting. The main contractor this way can subcontract out entire or one or more part of his job to one or more person or organization. In the contractual chain, the subcontractor can further subcontract out of his portion of the job or part to another person or organization for his benefit or convenience. Subcontract firms are the workhorses of any high technology sector. They are often founded by entrepreneurs who have greater business acumen than technical ability. So when we say business acumen, it means that a person is a business savvy, knows how a business works and the flow of it. So in subcontracting, the ability to organize the business efficiently in order to produce output that is competitively priced is often more important to survival in subcontracting than having leading-edge technical skills. In many cases, such firms provide services to large high-technology firms that the large firms could perform themselves in-house, but do not, either because they do not wish to create this particular expertise or because fluctuating demand means that this type of production is best served by putting out this work to a subcontractor. In certain cases, work may be subcontracted because the subcontractor has specialist facilities to deal with the hazardous materials, example asbestos, radioactive materials, etc. This is a symbiotic relationship in which both the subcontractor and the subcontractee benefit. Although, from a strategic viewpoint, the position of the subcontractor is more precarious than that of a usually larger client firm. There are generally two levels of application of subcontracting, micro level and macro level. So in micro level, subcontracting corresponds to linkage among firms on the private sector. So when we say micro level, it is owned by the individuals, just like the Apple. So on the other hand, macro level linkage program is conducted under government patronage and the state-owned enterprises purchase the products of local firms under the stipulated government rules set forth for the subcontracting scheme. So in macro level, it is owned or runs by the government.
Hi, I'm Charmaine Santillan, the next reporter who will discuss the pros and cons of subcontracting. In this topic, I will discuss both the pros and cons of using subcontractors and becoming a subcontractor. Pros and cons of subcontracting. The benefits of subcontracting are many. Using subcontractors comes with less commitment and responsibility and gives your business more flexibility. Becoming a subcontractor means enjoying many of the benefits of working for a company without compromising your freedom as a freelancer. So here, as we can see, the first table, it shows the pros and cons of using subcontractors. In terms of cost, the pros is no need to pay taxes and benefits. Its cons is payment per hour is higher. The second one, commitment. Its pros is fewer legal obligations, and its cons is less commitment to you on their part, which may negatively affect the quality of their work. The next one, expertise. It can bring a specialized expertise to the company that you don't have among staff. Its cons is it does not have the same training or day-to-day interaction with your staff as your employees, so their style and methods may not blend seamlessly with yours. The next one, benefits to other employees. Its pros is increased productivity due to decreased pressure. Its cons is subcontractor may not cooperate as well as with employed co-workers. Employees may resent being paid less per hour for the same work. Here, on the next table, it shows us the pros and cons of becoming a subcontractor. In terms of increased freedom, its pros is be your own boss, dictate your own schedule. Its cons is pay your own taxes and benefits, no paid vacation days or other employee benefits. The second one, compensation. Its pros is make more money per hour. Its cons is more trouble getting company to pay you. Many companies pay freelancers 30 to 60 days after the end of the month. The next is working for multiple clients. Its pros is more variety, experience working in different industries. Its cons is living from gig to gig, may need to hustle during dry spells. And lastly, in terms of commitment, its pros is fewer obligations towards company that hires you. Its cons is company has fewer obligations toward you.
Hello, I'm Chelsea Bergonia, the last presenter of the Group 2. The topic assigned for me are the significance of subcontracting to small firms, the categories of the subcontracting industries, and the general forms of subcontracting. So for the next topic, we have the significance of subcontracting to small firms. Cottage, tiny and small engineering industries are called light engineering industries, or the LEI, whereas cottage, tiny, small, and medium enterprises are called small and medium enterprises, or the SME. Thus, LEI belong to a subsector of SME. The light engineering industries and small and medium enterprises can cater as subcontracting co-partners to larger industries under subcontracting scheme. We have here the subcontracting list of the LEI and SME. Number 1 is they can play a key role as complementary or feeder industry to various mills, factories, plants, industries, and etc. Number 2, these engineering industries are capable of producing import substitute capital machinery or spare parts for medium and large industries. And lastly, we have here the overhead cost of these industries is comparatively low, and thus an opportunity exists for these products of being competitive to the imported products in the local market. For the continuation of subcontracting industries, we have here the 3 categories. For the first one, the manufacturing industries. The manufacturing industries are industries transforming goods, that is mainly manufacturing industries in their own right, but they also concern the repair and installation of industrial equipment and subcontracting operations for third parties. Some of these manufacturing industries are the electrical equipment, appliances and components, textile mills, furniture and related products, machinery, fabricated metal products, primary metals, miscellaneous manufacturing, chemical products, plastics and rubber products, food and beverage and tobacco products, computer and electronic products, non-metallic mineral products, apparel, leather and allied products, transportation equipment, paper products, petroleum and coal products, printing and related support activities, and wood products. For the second category, the non-manufacturing industry. It involves a production of different kind other than manufacturing. The non-manufacturing sector includes such industries as utilities, mining, finance and banking, business services, and construction. The difference of these 2 categories is that the manufacturing industry includes the direct materials, direct labor, and factory overhead, while in the non-manufacturing industries includes the selling, marketing, distribution, general and administrative expenses. For the last category, the service industry. The service industry entangles activities rendering services, repair, maintenance, fabrication, and etc., which involve significant use of equipment or fixed asset. A service industry provides people with tangible products or services and completes tasks that are useful to customers, clients, businesses, or general public. Service industries, unlike manufacturing and production industries, do not rely on the sale of material goods and products to earn a profit. Instead, the individuals who work in the service sector focus on completing tasks and providing services. There are several types of non-material goods and products that service industries provide to people, including the customer service, consulting, management, design, data, information, safety, ideas, education, maintenance, repair, cleanliness or sanitation, healthcare, knowledge, and experiences. We are down into the last slide of this presentation. It is the general forms of subcontracting. The first form is the making of spare parts. The second form is the executing components of production processes such as casting, machining, forging, electroplating, heat treatment, and etc. The third form is the making and installing capital machinery such as part of industrial unit. And the last form is the providing service for a segment in the manufacturing chain or service chain.